Yeah, I know it's Tuesday, but whatever. Welcome, Horns. Texas Longhorns gonna face Texas A&M Aggies this week. This is a week where we really don't need to screw around with who's gonna be our quarterback and trying to figure out if we can fit Ash in and work him into the system. No, no. This is not the time to do this. This is our last time playing Texas A&M. And it's on the road. It's in College Station. Do not screw around with that. We saw how McCoy produced against UCLA, the only game of this year that he started in. I mean, he started in Oklahoma, but he didn't get nearly as many snaps as Ash did. Um, and he didn't throw any interceptions against that game, and Ash did. Uh, and he gave the defense a couple of points. But anyway, um, don't screw around with this. This is our last chance to beat Texas A&M and send them to the SEC with their warm, fuzzy rivalry feeling in their stomach that they have to live with until however long it is again until we play them. Do not screw around. I'm not exaggerating here. Just don't screw around with this. Do not try to play with your quarterback position. Just put him in the game. Put McCoy in the game and just let him do his thing. Yeah, we can still have a balanced attack running the ball with Joe and Malcolm and Cody Johnson now. But don't play around with the quarterbacks. Ash I'd love to have David Ash as our backup. I really would. I think there's a lot of guys that could be, you could put in and have the ball in worse hands. But right now he's just not as advanced, as experienced as McCoy is. Um, so don't mess around with it. Just play McCoy, and we will beat Texas A&M. We lost to them last year at home on our own field. We're not doing that again, okay? This is our last chance to beat them, and it's part of the Big 12 in this big rivalry that dates back to 1894, okay? It's been a long time coming. Now let's welcome them to the SEC. Or not welcome them, I guess, to the SEC, but let's send them to the SEC. Remembering, yeah, the last time we played Texas, we got our butts kicked. And the last time we played Texas, it was a little rough. They're a good team. A&M is. They haven't lived up to expectations, but this is their last game of the regular season. Last game of the regular season. So, let's, we have the opportunity. They can go 7-5 if they beat us. And they can make a good bowl, a pretty decent bowl game, like an Alamo Bowl or something. But if we beat them, they're 6-6. They may not even make a bowl game, especially since they had such high hopes to start the season. People may kind of shun them and look down on them. We've got the rush offense to shut down their running backs. We can do that. Or the rush defense, to shut down their running backs. Tannehill could cause some problems for us with our young secondary. But, really the only quarterback who's caused problems for us in our young secondary has been, I'm blanking out on his name now, Landry Jones, Oklahoma's quarterback. Him and Ryan Boyles and Kenny Stills really caused some problems for us. But when you think about it, we've improved a lot in our pass defense since then. Klein didn't do anything against us. Even the next week, Brandon Whedon, even though he's like 45 and still playing college football, he and Justin Blackman didn't really do a whole lot of damage against us. We gave up, we did play well in the running game against Oklahoma State too. We gave up 2 big runs. They went for touchdowns, but overall it was good defense, and of course the big kick return. So when we control the big plays, we really haven't been exposed much in the secondary this season, with the exception of Landry Jones. And he's the best quarterback in the NCAA, in my opinion. So, yeah, Kellen Moore, yeah, you're a joke. You're playing nobody every week. And Andrew Luck, he's pretty good. I just don't see him as being quite as good as Landry Jones. So, the best quarterback in the NCAA was able to expose our young secondary. I can live with that. On a team that probably should be in the championship, who probably should have won the championship game, or be in the championship game against LSU. But they had a lapse in discipline against Texas A&M, and then they lost to Baylor because their best wide receiver was injured. One of the best wide receivers in Big 12 history is injured, so they really should be in the championship game. And I can live with being exposed by a great team and a great player like Landry Jones. Excuse me. And they're still going to win the Big 12, even after all that happened, likely. But I think if we play McCoy, we will win, because our defense has played great all year long. Played great against a very good rushing attack for Kansas State. And to go up against another good rushing attack, our defense will answer the call. I know they will. If we play McCoy, we will win. The problem with McCoy is that the only bad thing I have to say about McCoy is that I think he sometimes moves around a little too much in the pocket. Or not in the pocket, but just overall. He just gets out and scrambles a little too frequently sometimes, when he doesn't really need to. But I can live with that, because he's very accurate throwing on the run, just like his brother. Hopefully we have Jackson Shipley back for this game. That would really help out McCoy, because he and Shipley have a very good chemistry, very good connection there. So, McCoy plays, we win. That's my prediction. We just need to get him out there from start to finish in the game so he can keep a rhythm and get into a rhythm. Because you just can't keep sending him in there to clean up David Ash's messes and then be irritated when he doesn't, when he can't. Because you put him in there against a good defensive team in Kansas State, and we're down 17-3, and you say, go win it for us. I mean, you got to just let him have a chance to do it himself. And I think he's going to get that opportunity this week. I hope he does. You're going to miss part of the game because my Thanksgiving is in Huntington, Indiana, which is about 2.5 hours from where I live. So we generally don't even leave there till 7 or 8. And then we're not going to get back here till 10-ish. So I'm probably just going to hang around, do something till midnight, and then watch the game from start to finish on my computer on ESPN3.com. So, anyway, there's a little advertisement on ESPN3.com. Maybe they'll give me $100 or something. I don't know. Anyway, hook 'em horns. McCoy plays from start to finish. We win this game. That's my prediction. Texas fun.